Hey, what's good with y'all? Hey, Shalom, Shalom. Hey, this is Chief Facer with K.O.Y Israelites. Welcome to Two True Judah. All right, the Purge Night podcast. Hey, we talking about all type of stuff tonight, man. It's gonna go wild. It's gonna be lovely. We're gonna keep it real. Man, we talking about the end times. We talking about all this type of BS technology they coming up with. Hey, I ain't never heard of no liquid, robot. That's some shit that you only see off of Terminator. They got liquid robots. You feel me? The shit's getting ugly, man. So, we're gonna bring it out. Welcome to Purge Night. Man, we talking about some real solid shit. You feel me? Make sure you subscribe to the channel, K.O.Y Two True Judah. Subscribe to that channel. That's the red channel. Subscribe to the blue channel, which is K.O.Y Israelites. All right. Subscribe to the yellow channel, which is K.O.Y Dallas, Texas. You feel me? And also subscribe to the green channel. You feel me? Which is K.O.Y Arizona. Mighty brothers running these camps. You feel me? Going all over, through the highways and the hedges, and the byways, all in the street corners, in the slums, downtowns. You feel me? Everywhere, making rounds. You feel me? Letting our people know that we the real Jews. We the real Israelites. And we the only people on this earth that got the juice. You feel me? Hey, what Bootsy say? You don't got no juice like that. Hey, it's real. You feel me? Hey, so Shalom. This is your first time, tuning into the podcast, the Purge Night. We doing things a little different. We want to give you this information, like real talk. We want to give you guys the milk, and until y'all, ready enough for that meat. You feel me? Pause. You feel me? We're gonna keep it real though. But check this out.
Scientists just developed a shape-shifting, programmable, metafluid robot that can be controlled. Yeah, this just happened. And then you have articles that's coming out and saying that it's almost like the T-1000 robot from the Terminator. Yeah, y'all remember how that T-1000 robot escaped the cage off the Terminator? Well, they recreated that. Scientists have recreated a robot that can shapeshift between solids and liquid states, enabling them to perform mind-boggling features, such as jump, climbing, and oozing out of cages. And it reminds them of the T-1000 robot. And the shapes of the movement of the machine is controlled by magnetic fields, an approach that might lead to new biomedic and engineering technologies. I swear it's like every day now that this becomes more and more like a reality. First we started seeing Skynet on power lines. Then people started recreating robots. And now we got liquid robots, just like the Terminator. Isn't that great?
So they have liquid aquabots. All right. The aquabots similar to the Terminator. All right. And the article said are robots made almost entirely from liquid. They can be created using 3D printing techniques and assembled using aqueous two-phase assemblies, ATPS, which is a liquid separation process. So it says it's a liquid to liquid separation process. Liquid robots can be included magnetic nanoparticles that allow them to be controlled by external magnets. So imagine they use these type of liquid robots to put it in vaccinations, right? And they have magnetic particles that control your footsteps, your movement, your thought process, everything that, you think it's on a sci-fi movie. This is not sci-fi. This is science, all right? And the white man's science is a wicked device that comes from his heart, which is his evil mind. Those are the diabolical mad scientists, the wicked YT Edomites that the Bible speak of, right? So this is why it's more important for us to come back to the statute, laws, commandments. So you go to, so when you start looking up the truth, right? You understand what type of devil that you're dealing with.
Well, it's former President Trump, of course, blaming President Biden for Russia docking warships in Cuba. Moscow sent a fleet to Cuba on Wednesday, including a nuclear vessel in the Atlantic. Well, the next day, the U.S., we sailed our own fast attack nuclear powered submarine to the naval base in Guantanamo Bay. U.S. Southern Command says the sub's visit was pre planned. But all this comes amid the tensions between the U.S. and Russia over the war in Ukraine. Who knows more about this than Dan Hoffman, former CIA station chief in Moscow, among other places, who joins us now. Dan, always good to see you. Is Putin yet again poking, at the U.S. and poking at us by doing this?
Yeah, this is just another part of his strategy of rhetorical nuclear brinkmanship. He knows that if he threatens the risk of nuclear war, that the United States responds by seeking to de-escalate. That's why he's holding military exercises right now, nuclear exercises with Belarus. It's why he threatened nuclear war when Finland was planning to join NATO and threatened nuclear war at the very beginning, the onset of Russia's invasion of Ukraine. Each time, the Biden administration has delayed giving Ukraine what they needed. First, it was Javelin anti-tank weapons and long-range artillery and tanks, all the things Ukraine needed for their counteroffensive last summer.
So it's getting crazy with Biden, right? Biden's ready for the issue, right? But with Putin, he's just looking for a reason at this point. His finger is really itchy to really start a nuclear war. You feel me? This is why you're seeing them doing drills, in Cuba. All right. When you look at that in a war mindset, a militant mindset, right? Cuba is at America's borders. It's literally not even an hour away from Florida, right? So one of the strongest dominant countries in the world, right, are doing drills, practicing how to take down America in front of America at their border, right? This is why we're telling y'all, man, it's time to really seek the Most High. Seek the Most High, it's gonna be, that's like having insurance for your life, your spirit, your soul, right? Because it's gonna get ugly, right? And it's not gonna get better. Times is increasing, and this is why you see the stuff going on.
So this is Putin dialing up the pressure right now, seeking to influence the United States so that we won't permit Ukraine to use some of the weapons we've given them to strike inside Russian territory.
Now, the Pentagon says that there's no threat. The Pentagon also says there aren't nuclear weapons on these ships. And they also point out that Russia has conducted these military exercises in the Western Hemisphere almost every year, and they go down to Venezuela, that they've docked during the Trump administration. There was a spy ship, for example. But you see this because it's subs, the most advanced sub they have.
So, they make sure they do this annually, yearly, all right? They make sure they out there, they practicing their drills and everything. America's not doing nothing about it because they do not want that issue with Russia, right? Y'all think it's cool, you feel me, life, as you know it, you seeing the electricity up and running, the water up and running, there's food on the shelves in the grocery store, but, y'all don't understand what the Bible say, about what's to come in the end times, right? Y'all getting real comfortable, real complacent, right? And y'all don't even, you worry about your day-to-day lives, but you don't consider, the Most High and His laws. That's problematic.
I do. When I served at CIA, our leadership analysts used to refer to something called historical placement, where you look at a foreign leader and you look at when they were born and what were the formative experiences on their life. And it's clear for President Biden it was the Cuban Missile Crisis. And in fact, President Biden has invoked the Cuban Missile Crisis numerous times and publicly said he seeks to avoid Armageddon or direct conflict with Russia. I think Vladimir Putin,
So, Armageddon, they know if all these countries start going to war and there's a nuclear war, there's going to be nuclear, firepower and fallout, right? They understand that's going to be the apocalypse. They understand that, that's the brink of no return. They don't care about the infrastructure of America, Russia, Moscow, Israel, China, North Korea. At the end of the day, it's about whose sword is bigger. Pause. You feel me? That's really what it's about. You're not going to disrespect me. You're not going to take nothing from my soil. You're not going to stop what I have to do to make plans for my nation. That's the mindset that these kings and rulers have. So they don't have they're not using common sense. They're using kingly sense, all right? Because they're on a different realm. They're not really too concerned about the casualties of war. All right, we go to Matthew 6 and 33. Check this out, though. All right, real shit. But seek ye first the kingdom of Yahweh God and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you. All right. What's the righteousness in all these things that will be added unto you if you seek the Most High Yahweh first? That's salvation, right? You will get saved from your enemies while they're going to war, destroying each other, right? You will be saved, all right?
All right, so this is why it's very important for us to really seek the Most High and really have that faith, man. Christ, Yahweh Shah, a black man, he tell you, that the faith of the size of a mustard seed, hey, my nigga, that shit will move mountains. Hey, that it will really move mountains. Just the faith of it, man. This is why I encourage our people, especially, black, Latino, Native American men and women, all right, to really love each other, right? Because you can't keep the statute, laws, and commandments without loving each other as well, right? When you keeping the laws of God, right, then guess what's gonna happen, right? The Most High gonna see the works. This is where you need to start believing in it. Jeremiah 16 and 15 says, but the Lord liveth, Yahweh liveth, y'all, that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north. Today, what is the land of the north? That'll be Azareth, Babylon, the daughter of Babylon, which is America. This is going to be a prophecy, right? The Most High is going to take us from the land of our enemies, the people that sold us on ships. Castrated us. Make the man hate the woman and the woman hate the man. You feel me? The Most High said he's going to remove us from that land, the righteous ones of us, right? And from all the lands, not just America, but everywhere that we was scattered. Remember, it's called the transatlantic slave trade. We was traded everywhere. We in Europe, all right? We in China. We're everywhere. So the Most High says he's going to come get us from all the lands, whether he had driven them, and will bring them again until their land that I gave unto their father. So their father. So what land did the Most High give to us? All right. It's Israel. The people that's in Israel, the so-called little hat people, who they call Jewish and all that. Hey, they're not God's chosen people. They're not the real Jews. We are the real Jews. All right. You can't let them mess with your mind. I let them deceive you, right? The devil means great deceiver, and hey, guess what? They the goddamn devil. That the Bible speak of. They're the real devil, like real talk. Devil means a liar and great deceiver. This is Psalms 137 and verse 8. O daughter of Babylon, who art to be destroyed, happy shall he be that rewardeth thee as thou hast served us. I'm gonna say that again. O daughter of Babylon, O America, who art to be destroyed. Happy shall he be that rewarded thee as thou hast served us. Alright? So that's basically saying, hey, when America is defeated, alright, and we defeat you guys, right? We shall be happy. Alright, because what you guys did to us. All you so-called people that love your people but get offensive when we tell you that the white T man is the devil. Alright, hey, guess what? You in a position of being a sellout, right? We saying the realest things. The Bible saying it. It's not just coming from us. We just can identify the hatred that they have from to us by reading the Bible. All right. When all these nations are down, who do you think going to take over? Like when all these nations are down, who do you think is going to take over? This is Zechariah 2:7. Deliver thyself, O Zion, that dwellest with the daughter of Babylon. For us to deliver ourselves, right? We must come back to the laws. We must repent. All right. We must come back to the statute, laws, commandments. That's how we will deliver ourselves. All right. Let's be real. Now, when you're looking at the end times, what's going on? You know how many banks that's been closing down since 2020? It's been over 4,000 branches, according to the National Community Reinvestment Coalition, right? The Natural Community Reinvestment Coalition states that over 4,000 branches has been closed down since 2020 in America, right? And it's not just American branches, it's national branches. And this is actually what's going to happen, right? This is how you know we in the end times. The dollar finna drop. And even the people with all the money and all the fancy cars and the big ass houses, right? They gonna be just a normal citizen, in the United States. Like real talk. If this place is not destroyed, destroyed before then, right? So this is Matthew 24:7. It says, for nations shall rise against nations. All right, so this is a prophecy. We clearly see nations rising against nations right now. Y'all thinking it's just arguments and there's nothing's going to happen from it. You're an idiot if you think that. Then it says, and kingdom against kingdom, right? So, hey, racism is for sure in the Bible. And there should be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places. So, the famines, hey, when you go into the grocery store and there's no food on the shelves, hey, you're gonna see people fighting in the parking lot for a piece of chicken. You feel me? Like real talk. For some glory greens. Y'all don't hear me though. And even when you go to Luke 21:11, it states the same thing. All right. It says, and great earthquakes shall be in diverse places, and famines and pestilence and fearful sights, and great signs shall there be from heaven. Hey, so it's gonna get real spooky, like real talk. Like it's gonna get real spooky. You know how many people gonna be invading each other houses and flocking each other houses? All right, it's gonna be total pandemonium. It's gonna be killing, rape, and all type of stuff going on, right? When that shit's breaking down. This is the day of the Most High's anger, and y'all can get mad at the Most High because y'all messing up. If y'all don't get protection, no food, no shelter, them days, hey, it's because you're not putting the work in. All right, this is why K.O.Y. You know, we out there in them streets, we recruiting brothers. We teaching our community. We giving our people an opportunity to actually link in, but you got to do the work. You got to meet up on every Saturday. You got to, do flyer and boots on the ground missions on a Wednesday or a Thursday. All right, like real talk. You got to do the feast days and the holy days. All right, you got to put the work in. You got to really be diligent and have patience and can't be frustrated with the sheep who don't understand. You just got to go into the next one if you have to. Right? Like this the only way we can actually come as a community and survive the attacks and the wiles of the devil. It's gonna be pestilence. You know, when we recruiting, we hoping we finding brothers and sisters that specialize in pharmaceutical, well, non-pharmaceutical, but herbal medicine, right? That's given from the Most High. That's natural. All right. Because and it also says it's gonna be fearful sights. People gonna be shot dead right in front of you and your children and shit. You feel me? It's gonna be blood everywhere and shit. It's gonna be a foul stench everywhere. It's gonna be fallout and debris everywhere, right? You gonna see people. You're gonna be no trespassing with somebody's head on a pole. You feel me? With a crow on it and shit. You feel me? With thunderstorms and lightning and shit. You feel me? And you ain't gonna, be around none of the people whose brothers who's telling you that we need to be righteous and come back to the statute, laws, commandments. That day you gonna wish you would. Seeing some shit like that. All right, you gonna see, people, dead on highways and freeways inside their car like it's a zombie apocalypse because you never know what type of work that they trying to put out. Like real talk, they got all type of warfare. They got biological warfare, right? Imagine the rabies disease and 5150 and whatever, disease all in one, COVID-19, all that shit in one, you know, with the side effect of K2 drugs and shit, or Flocka, you feel me? And cannibalism. Like, this shit gonna go down. You think this shit is a game? This ain't no game. This gonna be real. Like real talk. It's gonna be great signs from the sky. From when you looking up to heaven praying, hey, you gonna see, probably asteroids and UFOs and jets being shot down. You crazy if you think your pastors is gonna actually talk about this shit. You feel me? They may talk a little bit about it. You feel me? But they're not gonna give you the entire serving of it. You feel me? They're not gonna give you the full bottle of milk on it. You feel me? Because they in bed with the YT man, right? Your pastor, your neighborhood friendly pastor, right? He's in bed. She's in bed with the YT man. They really hate you, right? They don't care about nothing, when it comes to our community. They may do a march once in a while, but at the end of the day, they feel like it. Hey, Christianity is one hell of a drug. They don't see color. They don't see oppression. But the Bible tell you oppression make a wise man mad. All right. This is 1 John 5:7. It says, For there are three that bear record. All right. So we're gonna get into the Trinity doctrine, right? Because there's no such thing a damn Trinity. All right. That's not in the Bible. All right. That goes into Greek and Egyptiology theology, right? Because the Most High, He's a separate individual. God is a separate individual than Christ. Christ and God is not the same, right? They are in agreement. They're not the same. When they talking about, I believe in the Trinity doctrine and all that, don't believe that. They try to give you the little triangle gesture with their hand to their forehead, to the left of their shoulder, to the right of their shoulder, whatever, trying to symbolize the Trinity, especially in the Catholic doctrine, right? So it says 1 John 5:7, for there are three that bear record in heaven. So it's three, it says three. It don't say one, that's three. It says there's three. Those are three individuals. Learn how to count, y'all. You damn pastors. Y'all crazy, man. The Father, that's one. The Word, that's Christ, which is two. And the Holy Ghost, well, Spirit, I should say, because the ghost is dead. The Spirit is alive. So the Holy Spirit, right? That's three. And these are three are one, right? When it says there are one, what does that mean? If you're in a room full of 5 people, right, and y'all see a mosquito, but somebody say it's a spider. One person say it's a spider. All right, no, shit. 2 people say it's a spider, but 3 people say no, it's a mosquito. The 3 people that say it's a mosquito, aren't they not all one in one? All right, because they saying the same thing. They agree. All right, that's what First John 5:7 is saying. Then you go to John 1:14 before First John 5:7. It says, "And the Word was made flesh." All right, so when it says, these are the 3 that bear record in heaven, the Father and the Word. I when it says the Word was made flesh, that's talking about Yahweh Shah Christ and dwelt among us. All right. So this is talking about in the beginning. So Christ was here in the beginning of time, right? So he dwelt among us and we beheld his glory because when he was on earth in Jerusalem, I our people was able to behold his glory. I see how mighty he was, see the miracles that he performed, see how he didn't fold or break when he was being crucified, right? It says the glory as of the only begotten of the Father, full of grace and truth. So Yahushua is full of grace and truth, and one of his names is what? It's truth, right? Now let's go to Deuteronomy 19:15. It says, "One witness shall not rise up against a man for any iniquity." All right, so that's a law. Not one witness cannot rise up against a man for any iniquity, right? So you can't go out with snitching and shit if it's just one, or for any sin, all right, and any sin that he sinneth, as the mouth of 2 witnesses. All right, so you got to be 2, right? Of 3 witnesses. All right, so it says at the mouth of 2. It's like it of the mouth of 2 or at the mouth of 3 witnesses, right? Shall the matter be established. So that's how that it's an agreement. It had to be 3 witnesses, and that's talking about the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. So hey, check that out. All right, so this is 2 Corinthians 13, verse 1. It says, "This is the third time I am coming to you. In the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses shall every word be established." All right, so that's just talking